Murder me? Where did that come from?
Murder me! Murder me!
Oh. Anyway, hello, future friendships. My name's Emily, and I'm in the YouTubeverse now, obviously. I am literally here just to say words. So, creativity! Both a blessing and a curse. My hair's gonna be so frizzy in this video. But how is it a curse? Creativity is so good and fun and awesome. Okay, no, excuse you. You've obviously never created anything, because it is friggin' difficult. All those people who thinks it's all fun and rainbows and, oh, I'm gonna get inspired by nature and create beautiful art and it's gonna be awesome and the ideas are just gonna flow from my brain. No, not how it works. As my fellow creatives of the world will know, making stuff. As my fellow creatives of the world will know, making stuff. Oh my god, it's so freaking difficult sometimes. It's But for those of you who don't, oh my god, there's hair in my face. For those of you who don't understand the woes of right-brainedness, allow me to shed a little light on the subject. See what I did there? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Step 1, part 1, inspiration. My hair's gonna get screwy again. Oh yeah. But didn't you just say... Okay, the myth is a little bit true, because creating stuff obviously begins with inspiration. It's not like people just sit down and decide to work hard and produce a thing. No, they have to be mentally bullied by various forms of media into making stuff. Or at least I do, because I'm lazy. Contrary to popular belief, inspiration is less like this. Wow, nature is fantastic. I should make some art. And more like this.
I could do that.
That's right. Inspiration is nothing but jealousy and wanting to one-up people. Or maybe it's just the realization that you have the ability to create something beautiful, to touch people's lives, and perhaps inspire them to do the same. I hate the hat. The hat should die. AKA, you get to brag and make people jealous. Hey, look at this thing I made. Wow, Emily, that's really beautiful. I know, right? Yeah. Now, for a lot of ideas, this is where people just stop, get distracted, and never think about it again. This usually happens because of insufficient means, lack of time, or just laziness. But for the rest of us, inspiration has a part 2, the epiphany. This is where you find yourself in the perfect mood, in the perfect setting, and just the perfect amount of creative buzz going on in your brain. You have to make something, like, immediately, or you will die. Of course, these epiphanies always happen in the most inopportune moments. No, I can't hang out today. 'Cause I watched The Next Great Baker, and now I have to make fondant art. Duh. Now, Emily, did you finish your essay on the symbols of McCarthyism in The Crucible? No, but I did write a pretty riveting AU Pokemon fanfiction. Lovely. See what I mean? This leads to step 2, the workspace. Now, a lot of people have to set up like the perfect environment to make art. But I just usually pick wherever I happen to wherever I happen to clash land. I usually just pick wherever I happen to crash land after the initial high of the epiphany wears off. Ah yes, this shall do nicely. Then for some reason, I just feel the need to make it like an absolute wreck. Like, I cannot work when things are clean. It gives me literal anxiety. So after I properly destroy the area in which I have decided to work, it's time to get down to business. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. And by down to business, I mean snacks. Let's get snacks. Let's see. And after you've been distracted by food for 20 minutes, it's time for step 3. Trying to make stuff. I really should just call this step staring at a proverbial blank canvas for an hour and realizing that you have no idea what you're doing. In this step, I usually realize that I have like none of the materials I need. I make about 30 trips to Michael's and or Walmart, and I usually do a lot of research to actually understand how to execute the the thing. I also began to understand that creativity actually takes effort, and I just complained about that for a while.
My fingers hurt. How do I character development?
This finally leads to step 4. Actually making stuff. After watching countless YouTube videos, actually remembering to take my Adderall, it's prescribed, don't freak out, and giving myself really stupid pep talks, I actually begin making things. And of course it looks like absolute butt, especially if it's your first time trying it. Almost always, I cracked myself up. Especially if it's your first time trying it, it almost always doesn't turn out the way you want it to, and it almost always is more difficult than you thought it would be. So of course you get discouraged, you make a lot of irritating noises, you flail around on the floor for a while, because you feel like butt. You're very close to giving up, and most people do at this point. The one thing that always helps me to soldier on is the fact that I've already made a freaking enormous mess that I'm going to have to clean up, so something good might as well come out of it, even if it looks like crap.
I'll just call it abstract.
But in conclusion, creativity is freaking difficult. Requires a lot of flailing and crying and upsetness. Emotional trauma. Generally. With hard work, lots of food, and internet access, you can create something kinda decent. Maybe. So that's all I have for today. I just filmed a whole video. Oh my god. What? If you can't tell, this is my first video. I need an outro. Public service announcement. This video wasn't completely terrible. Should probably like it if you liked it. If you didn't, then just leave. Another way you can express your tolerance of this video is subscribe, and you can tolerate more of my videos. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, man. Okay, the end. Bye. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're the saddest bunch I've ever met, and you can bet before we're through. Oh yes, I'll make a man out of you. She says as she reads her script. Okay.